Good day, folks. It's Tony Fortunato from the technology firm. I thought I'd just take another minute or two just to explain the next step of baselining. The first step we talked about was positioning of the tool in the previous video, and how you can use like an inline tool like a Profitap Iota or a tap, even hubs. I've used hubs still. It's a great cheap way when you're stuck. The only reason why you need that inline tool is for the boot up portion and the login portion of your baseline, because obviously you're booting up the device, so it can't possibly capture its own packets while it's booting. As far as logging in goes, you could probably write a tshark or dump cap command, throw it in your startup, and when it starts up, it starts capturing. But this is just so much easier. So after you've done that first step, you end up with a good old capture file just like this. So what's the next step? Next step is documentation. So the first thing is I try to give the file name something, I'm going to say representable, something concise. Don't get carried away with the name, don't make it too long, but something like, the year, month, day, and what it was, PC boot up and login, that kind of thing. That's the first thing. And the second part of this is documenting the trace file itself. Now, the way we used to do this, I still do it sometimes, is to use a Word document, a notepad, text file, creator tool, whatever. Some kind of software to create a document of some kind where you reference the file name of the trace file and you start putting notes in there like, the time you did something, an error that you saw, that kind of thing. So right now, what I'm going to do is use this little tiny icon at the bottom. When I click on it, it's going to bring up the Capture File Properties dialog box. Let me just resize this so it could fit on the screen. There you go. And you may have seen this before, right? It's got things like, the number of packets, the bytes, the average time, the name of the file, that kind of stuff, right? But this is what I'm talking about down here, the File Comment section. We're going to come down here, and I'm going to just make a few notes, show you what I would do. So I could just simply write this was a boot up and login capture using my Profitap Iota. You say captured from my desk. Then you could start putting other notes like 6:52 a.m. was the boot up, and then 6:59 a.m. is my login. That kind of stuff, right? So when you're done, you're just going to hit Save Comments, going to hit Close. And now, moving forward, when you look at the trace file, oh yeah, one last step. File, Save. Because you can notice there's a little asterisk above here, so you have to save the file because you want the comments in it, right? So now the comments are saved within the trace file. So in the future, if I click on this, I will see my notes. Now, you probably still want that Word document or PowerPoint or whatever software you want to use to do additional things I cannot do in that dialog box, such as a screenshot, a photo of the setup, that kind, like graphical stuff. You can't really put that in there. But you may want to make a note in that just to say that you have a separate document, refer to 123.pptx to show diagrams, photos, etc. That kind of stuff, okay? So when you finish that, you save it like you normally do, and you're good to go. So now it doesn't matter if you look at it a year from now, 2 years from now, 1 week from now, a month from now. It doesn't matter. You'll have those notes to refer to, but better yet, somebody else can look at your notes and try to replicate what you did, provide some advice on what you may have done differently, or what they may have done differently, things that maybe you overlooked, they can help you with. This should be a living document. A baseline should not be in concrete. A baseline should be collaborative, and baseliners should be open to all sorts of advice and criticism so they can improve it as they go along. Okay? That's it, folks. Have a good day. Bye for now.